Hello and welcome to the Daily Comic and Collectible, episode 282. Now today, the collectible of the day is the Maisto International Ultimate Marble Diecast Collection X-Men's Rogue Chrysler Prowler. Ultimate Marble was a series which produced scaled-down die-cast vehicles from planes to cars or even tanks. Villains' cars and police cars were also used. All characters and even the vehicles were officially licensed for use. This is the 2001 Ultimate Marvel X-Men Rogue Chrysler Plymouth Prowler die-cast scaled vehicle. The Prowler is black with black interior, chrome wheels with clear non-tinted windows. This sporty convertible has an image of the rogue superhero on the hood, flying in her signature outfit with leather jacket. Blue to purple color fade of the print name Rogue on both driver's and passenger sides, with Marvel brand across back bumper. This is from the Series 1 set and is numbered 7 of 25 in the series. Manufactured year and info on black base. Released by Maisto International. Now the comic of the day is X-Men Volume 2, issue number 24, with the cover date of September of 1993, with story by Fabian Nicieza, art by Andy Kubert, and cover by Andy Kubert. This issue is titled Digging Deeper Between Hope and Sorrow. This is basically an issue of self-reflection, healing, mourning the losses, yet holding on to what's important. Everyone is dealing with the fallout over the recent death of Ilyana Rasputin to the largely unknown legacy virus that's sweeping through the mutant community. It's only been 4 days since her death. While looking for a brief respite from the doom and gloom hanging over the X-Men in the wake of Magic's death, Rogue and Gambit go on a date to a fancy Southern-style restaurant. Rogue sheds a tear, feeling a bit guilty, which Gambit reminds her tears don't bring back the dead. They have an exchange where they answer a question with another question, including why Gambit never talks about his wife, Belladonna, and why Rogue doesn't tell anyone her real name. This whole restaurant scene also features Gambit continuing to not take no for an answer, as he pesters Rogue about not letting him kiss her. Rogue does nearly tell him her real name, but he interrupts her, telling her it doesn't matter. Gambit does also tell Rogue there can be more to love than just the physical. Meanwhile, Banshee returns to the mansion and is finally reunited with Moira McTaggart. He's also been away to the Canary Islands, and his return will culminate in him becoming headmaster in Generation X. Beast has a discussion with Professor Xavier over the new legacy virus, and Beast's relative non-involvement in treating Ilyana, and his desire to be more involved in finding a cure for the virus moving forward. At the airport, Jean Grey reunites with Scott, returning from Alaska. Here they have a heart-to-heart, declaring they need to be more open and honest with each other moving forward, and vowing to remain together, ending their short separation and setting up the groundwork for their future wedding. Psylocke and Revanche spars with each other, well, herself, since they're both in the same body, while Wolverine counsels Psylocke to get on with their lives. Kitty Pryde tries to console Jubilee over the loss of Magic, especially with them having been so close and Jubilee being the youngest of the X-Men. In the city, Rogue and Gambit share a romantic carriage ride through Central Park, while at the mansion, Scott shares his recent run-in with Mr. Sinister, with Xavier, Beast, and Moira, and they're weary about this legacy virus and if it could be spreading into a full-on plague. Outside, Wolverine also tries to comfort Jubilee. She tells Logan that 2 weeks ago she wasn't scared of dying, But now, after Ileana, Wolverine replies, "It ain't the dying you should be afraid of. We all do that. But not living your life to the fullest before your time, that should frighten you." Wolverine ended the talk with, "No one takes a bite out of life like you do, girl. Remember that." The issue ends with Scott and Jean going to bed. They vow to remain together in the face of all obstacles, despite everything else feeling like it's falling apart. While in the panel, you can see an enemy just over the horizon: Magneto. Geek fact: this issue is not only meant to be a farewell to Ileana, but it's also a calm before the storm, setting up the X-Men's 25th issue spectacular. Bonus geek fact: Beast mentions wanting to be more involved in the cure. Indeed, that work will come to dominate his appearances over the next couple of years, as we repeatedly see him working to find a cure, versus more generic superhero involvement in stories. Another bonus geek fact: there evidently was a disconnect in what was to be conveyed for Rogue and Gambit's date. It was called Papa Gumbo's Cajun Cookout, yet the waitstaff is in formal attire with formal dining and a dress code. Another geek fact: the issue ends with Scott and Jean going to bed together. It stands to reason two adults in a long-term relationship who live under the same roof and have sex would literally sleep together. This is the first actual on-panel indication of it happening. And final geek fact: Rogue's first appearance was in Avengers Annual issue number 10, with a cover date of August 1981. And yes, many people take issue with the boxy and busy cover that even has a 10-speed bike giveaway on the cover. But it's a pivotal issue nonetheless. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for another Daily Comic and Collectible, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. This is Cat Fan Comics Man, and I'll catch you on the flip. Over and out.